Hello everybody, from F Speed here. I am again working on Camaro like I like to do. Today we're working on LiAnn some more. Put the huge drive line in and starter in, and now we're working on some transmission lines here, which I should have got some more light and you could actually see what's going on. Anyways, we're running some transmission lines up, and then we're going to go through the frame hole there. Come out there to there. Anyways, as you can see, I'll get some better light and then you guys can look at it some more. I'll show you some more when I got some better light. You can actually see what I'm doing instead of just looking at the inner side of a dark car. Oh, get back with you. Well, it's been a good day here at F Speed. Spent a lot of time working on LiAnn here. Got the various of the things checked off. Able to get the header gaskets on, headers bolted down tight, spark plugs on. Actually fired her up, which you saw that clip earlier in the video. Worked on the shifter linkage, figured out what I'm going to do for shifter, attached the drive line. I think I need to put transmission dipstick in, put fluid in the transmission, bolt the torque converter to the flywheel, put oil in the rear end, and we should be getting down there. I worked on the exhaust some this evening. As you can see, we got dual cats and X-pipe. Of course, the dual cats, because we're here in the Portland area, anything after 74 has to be smog tested. Here we are. Since I'm going to be bringing it with out of state from Idaho title, it has to be smog tested, so we're going to go ahead and just do high flow cats anyways. You know, cats don't really restrict that much, and for the benefit of dealing with that unburnt gas, I mean, they're not that expensive to put on, and they kind of look cool. Kind of look like little race bullet mufflers. Anyways, that's what we're working on there. And then over here we've got set up for the 8.8 stuff. And that's a pretty cool little thing that I've been working on. You know, 8.8s we got this problem with all of our 3rd and 4th gen Camaros. And let's see if I can get that a little straighter, since that is that the rear ends are really weak. Well, I've got one out there that I'm afraid to break the rear end. So looking at an 8.8 swap, the case itself, if you want to buy it from like Hawks already, it's like $1,200, which is just a lot of money, you know, all built out with gears. So the rear ends are really expensive to build out. So I was trying to come up with a cost efficient. Well, the Ford Explorer were 8.8. Comes with 31 spline axles and 373s with a posi, which this is one of the exact specimens right here. So how could I make this as easily impossible to a 3rd or 4th gen rear end? Well, most of the guys are narrowing them, which is they cut off, one side is longer than the other since it's out of a 4-wheel drive. So they just cut off one end and shorten it by 2 7/8. Now, okay, that's great. What to do with the extra piece, that 2 7/8? I was trying to figure out, was there any way I could lengthen it? Well, if I take 2 and I cut 2 7/8 off of one end, and I cut in the exact same place on the other end, I can now take 2 Ford Explorer rear ends, make one narrow and one wider. Now the wider one is still 2 inches narrower than a 3rd, or 2 inches narrower than a 4th gen, so that puts it real close to a 3rd gen, but at only a 1 inch per side difference for a 4th gen. I think that's a win-win. So that's going to be my first culprit. I have this is the guide to be able to drill out the axles to Chevy bolt pattern, since I'll be able to take the 4 axles that I have. The 2 long axles will go in the long case and the 2 short axles will go in the short case. So I'll actually be able to build 8-point axles for the cost of labor and a little bit of material, because obviously I have to box it for a torque arm mount if they're using a factory torque arm, even though I plan on doing some reinforcement to the one I'm going to put in my 4th gen and do a custom torque arm. That's just to get changed where the torque arm is lifting on the vehicle. There's a lot of stuff going on. The boring bars over here and all the pieces to be able to narrow it and weld it back together. I just got to get on it. So much to do, so little time. Be sure and follow us on Facebook at iRockSpeed, Instagram iRockSpeed, YouTube channel obviously F-Body Speed. We're doing a lot of stuff. Want to support you guys, your 3rd and 4th gen and 2nd gen Camaro guys. You got questions, feel free to send me a message. I've got a lot of the tools here. If you're in the Pacific Northwest and need something specific done, let me know. Plasma cutters, welders, obviously we can get most stuff done. Anyways, for now, have a good weekend, and I hope you guys, everybody's enjoying your Labor Day weekend. I am working on cars. Can't get any better than that, can it?